Hello and a very good morning. Namaste, India, and to everybody that's tuning in, watching this program from the United States of America. It's a big, big day. It's a defining moment in the closer ties, the deepening ties of these two great nations. Prime Minister Modi, Varghese, yesterday was talking about how artificial intelligence is now making new inroads in the technological industry and the sector. And AI does not necessarily mean artificial intelligence. It also means America and India. There are funny tones, serious tones, there are emotional tones, and some passionate tones in the way the Prime Minister has been addressing, giving speeches all across those events, right from the Future Scale event at the National Science Foundation, and then followed by a rival ceremony right in front of the White House. So many Indians that were allowed inside the South Lawns of the White House, and then his address to the US Congress, and finally, the visuals that we're seeing right now, everybody beautifully decked up for this state dinner, a gourmet take on millets. It's the year of millets here back in India. The theme is peacock, which is the national bird of India, in honor of His Excellency, the Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi. So many celebrities, that have thronged the White House over the last couple of hours. We've been getting constant images. You've been looking at those Twitter accounts as well. What are some of the celebrities that are in attendance over here? We know that Mr. Ambani is for sure there.
We have achievers in the US. We have Mrs. Indra Nooyi. We had Satya Nadella. We also had Sundar Pichai. Most of the tech giants were there. And we also had Mukesh Ambani as well, along with his wife. And it was a power packed, in fact, kind of system that we are looking at, where we did see guests not only ranging from the Indian American community and especially achievers, but also from the entire vast network of Indian celebrities were present there. The guests who were arriving also came from the American fields of science and technology, and at the same time we had the Indian ambassador, the ambassador to India from the US, Garcetti, also taking part in this state dinner. And several of them, in fact, they have all said that this is a very big day for them, as well as a defining moment in India's relationship with the United States. We also had the Speaker of the US Congress also arriving.
Kevin McCarthy.
The US Secretary of State Anthony Blinken was also present at the dinner, or rather is present at the dinner, because this is still going on. And so all of them who have been some of the people who have been trying to forward this relationship, all of them who are technically what I would call as the stakeholders in creating this huge successful
There's a live orchestra that you can see behind that's playing those tunes. Unfortunately, we won't be able to play out those tunes because of copyright issues. But the beautiful tunes that they're playing, right from the full military honors that the Prime Minister got when he arrived at the White House for various events. Even then, the music has been on point. There was a proper entire brass band, full of flutists and nobody else. Then the brass band, the US Navy brass band, is again one of those top-notch brass bands in the entire world. So music on full, public display. You've got lavish food on display, hints of saffron. A lot of people wearing saffron dresses also. Varghese, I'm taking a look at that. You know what? There's a quick reaction of the Prime Minister at the state dinner. There's a little toast, the camaraderie, the friendship that we've spoken about over the last couple of days between Joe Biden, the President of the United States, talking about jet technologies, talking about, the sale of drones, closer defensive ties. There's a toast that happened. Take a look at that.
Prosperity and the pursuit of happiness, to liberty, equality, and fraternity, and to the everlasting bonds of friendship between India and the United States. Cheers. Cheers. Thank you.
Enjoy your meal.
It
took part in.
was-
You know what? You know what? Let's take a look at that once again. Let's take a look at that. Hear that toast once again.
A toast to good health, prosperity, and the pursuit of happiness, to liberty, equality, and fraternity, and to the everlasting bonds of friendship between India and the United States. Cheers. Cheers. Thank you.
So that was the toast. Now, the Prime Minister also said that, with every passing day, Indians and Americans are getting to know each other better. Kids in India become Spider-Man on Halloween, and America's youth is dancing to the tunes of Natu Natu. So, again, talking about how these two countries, the oldest democracy and the largest democracy, are actually closer than people actually thought about it. Funnily and interestingly at the same time, the Prime Minister also said that amidst the love for baseball, cricket is also getting popular in the United States. The American team is trying their best to qualify for the Cricket World Cup to be held in India later this year. The Prime Minister wished them good luck and success. This coming from the Prime Minister during the official state dinner at the White House. And earlier we were, looking at those visuals of how the three leaders, the First Lady, the POTUS, and Prime Minister Narendra Modi, coming down those stairs, the iconic stairs of the White House. Take a look at that. And also beautifully dressed, I mean, this is nothing short of a Met Gala or a New York Fashion Week, is it, Varghese?
Well, it doesn't seem to be something like that, but this is, of course, one of those very huge aspects of a state visit that we are looking at. And when it comes to the US state dinner, it is something that is very ceremonial and reserved only for very close allies of the United States. And of course, the Prime Minister had visited the United States quite often and has seen three presidents, but this is the first time he is being accorded a state visit, which is to distinguish him from the other world leaders as well. So it's a huge celebration with regard to India-US ties that we are seeing in with regard to the warming of the ties between them. And as you were rightly pointing out, well, it is also in many of his speeches, he has said that it is the people who are the strength of the friendship, and therefore it is the bond of friendship we are looking at trying to advance it as a cooperation of democracies. So both the oldest modern democracy, as we would like to call the United States, and the largest democracy has finally seemed to have broken the ice, and they have been able to bring the next phase into the relationship, keeping aside some of the historical nature of our existence when it came to international relations governed by the factors of that day. But now it seems that this has become one of the, what I would call the watershed moments in India's relationship with the United States.